Oh hi. Guangzhou, the city of sub-provincial value of People's Republic of China, the capital of the province of Guangdong, the political, economic, scientific and technical, education, cultural and transport center of all southern China. Guangzhou, with the population over 1 million people, is the third largest city of China, conceding to Shanghai and Beijing. Square of the city of 7,434.4 km. On the land and 744 km. At the sea. DDD is 411 billion yuans, or 47053 yuans per capita. Guangzhou was known in Europe as the Canton earlier. Most likely, Canton is the pronunciation of the name of the province of Guangdong on a Cantonese dialect, which is written down according to former rules of e-romanization as Guangdong or Guangdong, and subsequently mistakenly appropriated to the city of Guangzhou. In some European languages, both the city and the province are called Canton. Have similar writing. The additional confusion is introduced as a result of mixture of the versions of the name of the city which came to the Western languages from Cantonese and other Chinese dialects. E.g. Iputanqua. And also wrong pronouncing Latin record of the Chinese words. The city has other names in Chinese. Yuanshan. City of Five Goats. Yanshan. City of Goats. Huaqing. City of Flowers. Suqing. Guangzhou lies in subtropics. The climate warm and damp, at all seasons of the year in the city is a lot of flowers. Guangzhou, the well-known cultural historic town of China, is the commerce and industry city and sea foreign trade port, largest in the southern China. Guangzhou is in the southern part of continental China, to the north from the delta of the Zhujiang River, the Pearl River, near the coast of the South China Sea, Hong Kong and Macau. The highest mountain in Guangzhou, Baishan. The city is crossed by the Zhujiang River which, having accepted waters of inflows, Dongjiang, East River, Xi River, the Western River, and Baiying, the Northern River, flows into the South China Sea. The total area of the territory of the city is 7,434.4 km. Guangzhou, one of 24 historic towns of China, with more than card-year history. On an improbable legend, the city was founded in 862 BB. After Qin Shi Huangdi won these lands, in 214 the county of Panyu was created BB. For administration of all Lingnan area, the Nankiski district was created. Which authorities were placed in the county of Panyu. When the empire of Qin fell, Zhou Tu, operating the Nankiski district, created in 204 BB the independent state of Namviet, which capital was Panyu. In 111 BB the Empire of Han won Namviet and divided his lands into 9 districts, one of which was Nanhaiskidi district again. At the time of the empire, Sui Nanhaiskidi district was disbanded, and the Guangzhou region was created. Which authorities were also placed in Panyu since these times, and the toponym of Guangzhou begins. At the time of the Empire of Sui, the county of Panyu in 590 was renamed into the county of Nanhai. However, after change of the Empire of Sui with the Empire of Tan, east part of the county of Nanhai was allocated to the certain county which again received the name Panyu. Since then the history of counties Nanhai and Panyu developed in parallel, and their authorities were placed in the same place. Since the Empire of Han in Panyu the trade port was founded, from here the ships of other countries took away the Chinese goods, the Sea Silk Way exactly from here began to start. So proceeded until in the twilight of the Empire of Tan the revolt under the direction of Huang Cha broke up. In 879 the insurgent army took Panyu, then many foreign merchants were killed. In 917 Liu Yan founded the state the Southern Han and placed his capital here. The Guangzhou region was lifted in the status and became the Sinvansky Justice. In 971 the Southern Han was captured by the Empire of Sun, which united all Chinese lands, and the Sinvansky Justice became the Guangzhou region again. After the Mongolian gaining and foundation of the Empire of Yuan, the Guangzhou region became in 1278 the Guangzhou region. The seaport destroyed during fights since 1286 began to function again. After overthrow of the power of Mongols and foundation of the Empire Men, regions were renamed into justices, so in 1368 the Guangzhou Justice appeared. Which authorities were still placed in the county of Panyu. Since the Empire of Min the trade ships from Europe began to arrive here, and over time on the site allocated for dealers, 13 trading stations were constructed. Moving concepts, habitual for itself to the Chinese earth, Europeans called the location of the authorities of the Guangzhou Justice, city of Guangzhou. Though in the Chinese system of the time no cities, with a separate control system, the separate budget, etc. existed, it were nothing the allocated parts of larger administrative units. Till 1840 Guangzhou was the only port of China open for the European merchant ships. Military operations of the British troops in the First Opium War after loss of war by the Tsinghai Empire began with blocking of this port. The territory of 13 trading stations in Guangzhou was allocated in an exterritorial Anglo-French settlement, uncontrollable by the Chinese authorities. At the end of the beginning of the 20th centuries of Guangzhou was the place of a number of unsuccessful revolts against the authorities of the Empire of Qing, which became the forerunner of Tsinghai Revolution. After overthrow of the monarchy of Guangzhou became a stronghold of revolutionary powers, the center of opposition of northern monarchic reaction. In 1921 the Republican authorities, following by a westernization, allocated the urbanized parts of counties of Panyu and Nanhai, and united them in a separate administrative unit. The city of Guangzhou. It was the first case when in China city in the western sense of this word appeared. During the Second Chinese War of Guangzhou it was taken by the Japanese landing in October 1938, and I remained under the Japanese occupation until the end of war in 1945. After World War II Great Britain and France officially refused the exterritorial rights in China, and in 1946 the Anglo-French settlement was abolished. Troops of the Chinese Communists were included into Guangzhou at the final stage of civil war, on October 14, 1949. Guangzhou became the city of provincial submission. In 1960 under jurisdiction of the authorities of Guangzhou counties of Huaxian and Konghua, and in 1975, counties of Panyu and Zhengqing were transferred. The county of Panyu was transformed by the resolution of the State Council of the People's Republic of China of May 20, 1992 to the city county. The resolution of the State Council of the People's Republic of China of June 18, 1993 disbanded the county of Huaxian, and instead of him the city county of Huadu is created. On July 8, 1993 in the city county of Panyu the Zone of Economic and Technological Development, Guangzhou Nansha, was formed. The county of Zhengqing was transformed by the resolution of the State Council of the People's Republic of China of December 8, 1993 to the city county. The county of Konghua was transformed by the resolution of the State Council of the People's Republic of China of March 26, 1994 to the city county. City counties of Panyu and Huadu were transformed by the resolution of the State Council of the People's Republic of China of May 21, 2000 to areas of city submission. Zone of Economic and Technological Development, Nansha, was allocated to Guangzhou with the resolution of the State Council of the People's Republic of China of April 28, 2005 to the certain area of city submission of Nansha. The city counties of Zhengqing and Konghua were transformed by the resolution of the State Council of the People's Republic of China of February 12, 2014 to areas of city submission. Economy. This city is the largest tourist, industrial, financial and transport center of the southern China. After the announcement of Guangzhou, open and two economical and technological zones of development were formed. The former zone, Guangzhou Nansha. The modern region of Nansha is built up manufacturing enterprises, a free trade zone, concentration of the trade and customs organizations. Here products of traditional art and national crafts are still made. Painted and appliqué dur, varnish products, a carving on ivory, fans, umbrellas, products from nephrite and embroidery. The fish breeding and fishery are developed. In Guangzhou there are about 100 wholesale markets of different types of goods. In the city 2 times a year there takes place the Cantonese Fair. Sec Canton Fair. One of the most important events of year in the world of production and trade. Today it is the 3rd industrial exhibition in the world on the volume of the concluded bargains. Guangzhou, the most important platform of trade with Hong Kong. In 2019 the foreign trade turnover of Guangzhou made 1,660 billion yuans, having increased by 2% year-on-year. In particular, import made 474.08 billion yuans. Growth by 12.8%. Trade volume between Guangzhou and the countries along the One Belt and One Way project was 240.93 billion yuans or 24.1% of the total amount of foreign trade of Guangzhou. On the volume of export and import within cross-border electronic commerce of Guangzhou came out on top among the Chinese cities. In 2019 in Guangzhou, new enterprises with direct foreign investments were registered. Actually mastered foreign investments made $7.143 billion, that is 8.1% more in comparison with previous year. Guangzhou, the world-famous center of light industry making products from silk, cotton, jute, ramie and also artificial fibers. As well as many other industrially developed regions of China, the city chronically suffers from power shortage. The peak of energy consumption falls on the summer period. In Guangzhou, thousands of the industrial enterprises, shipbuilding, machine building, on production of the equipment for the textile and food industry, newsprint, refined sugar, small household appliances, tires, bicycles, sports stock, porcelain, cement, chemicals, electronic components are located. Among the large industrial enterprises, automobile plants GAC Group, Dongfeng Nissan Passenger Vehicle, Honda, Peugeot and Xiaoping Motors, the bus plant GAC Bus, the plant of the Golden Dragon Bus Accumulators, shipbuilding plant China State Shipbuilding Corporation, the plant on production of Hitachi Elevators, the plant of the first ENPO China Aerospace Science and Industry Corporation. The plant of electronics Algae Electronics, the plants of Apt Electronics, Kinsemi and Aqualite Semiconductors, Sinopec Guangzhou Petrochemical Plant, Liondel Chemical Plant, China Baowu Steel Group Steel Works, Zhujiang Brewery Group Brewery, the plant of sport goods Mountain Sports. The plant of the Gamico Company. Guangzhou Aircraft Maintenance Engineering Company. Located in the territory of the Baiyin Guangzhou Airport is engaged in maintenance, capital repairs and modifying of planes. The Gamico and Boeing joint venture makes cargo aircrafts. Since the end of the 1990th years of Guangzhou advances the new development strategy. 30 productions. Oil, chemical, steel and cement works are closed in the city. Labor-consuming and power-consuming industries are transferred to the neighboring districts Foshan, Dongguan, Hishu and Jiangshan, and Guangzhou concentrates efforts on development of research and development and high technologies. In Guangzhou, a lot of transport and power infrastructure, office, trade and residential real estate, including high-rise complexes and extensive residential districts is under construction. The highest buildings of the city are the financial center Stadt, 530 m. The International Financial Center, 440 m. CITIC Plaza, 391 m. The Pinnacle, 360 m. Global City Square, 319 m. Polypazoo, 311 m. Fortuna Center, 309 m. Pearl River Tower, 309 m. Guangfa Securities Tower, 308 m. And Lita Plaza, 303 m. Among other architectural sites, the television tower of Guangzhou and a skyscraper ring of Guangzhou Yuan. The port of Guangzhou is included into the 5 of the largest container ports of the world, and the airport of Guangzhou into the 3 of the largest passenger airports of China. Concedes only to Beijing and Shanghai. Transfer of the containers coming to the port of Guangzhou from other regions of China and also from Vietnam, on the cargo trains going along a route China, Central Asia, Europe is important. Besides, freight railway communication along a route of Guangzhou, Hanoi is of great importance. Transport. The Guangzhou subway. It is open in 1997. The Guangzhou trolleybus. It is open in 1960. International Airport Baiyin. High-speed railroad Wuhan, Guangzhou. Guangzhou high-speed bus transport. River transport. Sites. The Yushu Park, the largest park in Guangzhou, its area makes 920,000 m. In the park there are a lot of flowers and trees. Annually in the spring and in the fall the large spring fair and an exhibition of chrysanthemums are held here. In the park there is a stadium accommodating over 30,000 viewers. Main attractions of the park. A statue of 5 goats. A symbol of the city of Guangzhou. The Museum Jingelo in the ancient building of a city viewing tower, an obelisk of memory of Sun Yat-sen and a city wall of the Minsk era. Address. Sifenbeilu. The Temple of Ancestors of Family Chen, Chenjiaoti, the Temple of Family Chen. Academy of Clan Chen. A monument of the Chinese architecture of the 19th century. Constructed in 1890 during government of the Qing dynasty, at Guangzhou, the Temple of Family Chen is best the remained complex of traditional constructions in the province of Guangdong. In the Chinese architecture and unique decorative art of the province of Guangdong is integrated. On the area of meters, 19 constructions and 6 courtyards are located. In the temple are exposed clay, stone, porcelain products and a collection of the highly artistic embroideries on silk copying picturesque cloths. Address. And Lunlilu, 34. The Memorial Hall of Sun Yat-sen, the revolutionary, the first president of China. In the hall of his memory his museum is placed and also concerts of classical music are held. Address. Dongfeng Zhong. The Qingping market, on which herbs are on sale. In the past I am famous for trade in various, including quite exotic animals for needs of local gourmets. Address. Qingping Lu and Tianlu. The Pearl River in Guangzhou has several names such as Zhujian or just Cantonese River. This river in Guangzhou takes the 3rd place in the People's Republic of China. On the extent, length of this river is about 2,200 kilometers. The day coast of this river are one of the most popular vacation spots of foreigners and locals. Chinese who live closer to the downtown like to come here to do the well-known Chinese gymnastics and also to fish with friends. Lukya Exhibition Complex. The exhibition area of a complex makes 120,000 square meters. Annually big sums of money for improvement and modernization of the room, the equipment and means of service are invested in Lukya Exhibition Complex. It was constructed in 1974. Located in the downtown, the Lukya Complex is very convenient for visit. Address. 117 Liuhua Road. Ipzu Exhibition Complex, the multi-purpose international exhibition center, the largest and the most modern in Asia, the 2nd largest in the world, was opened in 2002. The exhibition area of a complex minus 130,000 m. Inside and 22,000 m. Outside. The Ipzu complex contains 13 showrooms located on the 1st and 2nd floors. The size of each hall is about 10,000 m. Planning of a complex allows to hold several versatile exhibitions at the same time. Thanks to spaciousness of showrooms, The complex is ideal for holding exhibitions of cars, the equipment and sailboats for which carrying out there are special requirements. Address: 380 Yujianzhong Road. Television Tower of Guangzhou, the second highest television tower in the world. It is constructed in 2005-2009 by the Arup Company to Asian Games of 2010. Height of a television tower is 610 meters. The hyperboloidal mesh design is similar to the design of towers of the Engineer 5G. Shukov patented and for the first time constructed by him in 1896 in Russia. The tower is used also for the review of a panorama of the city and is calculated on reception of 100,000 tourists in day. Moskwation, one of the oldest in China. International Cricket Stadium of Guangzhou, arena with a capacity of 12,000 people. Hosts cricket, Australian soccer and rugby matches. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.